today's results video, we actually have the owner of Epoxy Armor Systems out of Northern California. The owner of this website is Warren Rudin. And what better than just in Warren's own words, he can share with you his experience with GeoSearch, what the GeoSearch PowerPack has done for his website, as he's been a customer just over 1 year. So Warren, thank you for taking the time and joining our results video.
Thank you, Jamie.
And Warren, maybe just before we get started, we can share with our listeners exactly what GeoSearch has done for your website, Epoxy Armor Systems, and how that's helping your business. So your website was already what we see on the screen here, but we built specific targeted pages, so full-blown built pages targeting specific keywords in certain cities, because you work in Northern California. So let's go check out that page, which Google crawls. So for instance, right here, we have your keywords. There's 11 of them. And then when we click one of them, we have all the cities that you work in. So let's go see, when you click one of these, obviously, it's going to show this page. So nice, great big picture, garage floor coverings, Auburn, California. So the person obviously finds you in Google and can call you, call your 800 number, what have you. So let's look at where you are coming up in Google. So we have this page, which, as you can see here, this is 209 links. These links represents each one of the pages we built, but this keyword phrase will automatically populate a Google search query. So let's just go look at the very first one, Auburn, California, and there you are, number 2. So that's a good result. Let's go look still garage floor coverings, maybe in Granite Bay. And there you are, number 1, 2, and 3. You're taking up 3 spots on page 1. And if you notice, there's over 800,000 results. So that is huge in the organic search, which people know, those 3 top ones that say ad, people know that's pay-per-click. And then they see you are just dominating this page. So that is great. So there's obviously more keywords that we've done here. So epoxy floors in Lincoln, California. And here you are, number 3, number 4, just above the image. So that is great. Garage floors, let's click one there. And here you are in the Google Places, number 3. And then still on page 1 organically, just below the Google Places. So coming up both Google Places, and as you know, Google Places, so everybody understands, there's going to be maximum 7 results, A through G. If there's 50 companies trying to get here, being optimized is a huge deal to get up here. So all the pages we built help our customers come up for the Google Places as well. So there's kind of like those side effects. So, we're not going to go click 209 of these, but let's just keep going and look at durable garage floors. There you are, number 1, number 2 in the organic. And as you see, this list just goes on and on and on. So Pleasanton for epoxy garage floor. There you are, number 4. And even if you have Yelp, this will help your Yelp ads. And I do know you have a Yelp account. So garage floor coverings, here you are, number 1 and 2, dominating there. Concrete garage floors, number 2. So this goes on and on and on. I mean, look at all these results. Let's go right down to the bottom here. Here you are, number 1, 2, 3, dominating this page. Rockland, 1, 2, 3 again. So some of the smaller cities you're going to definitely dominate. And here you're number 4. So people get the idea of exactly what we do. Let's look at Sacramento. So Sacramento, page 1, number 1 and 2. So again, big cities, big results. All the smaller cities that help surround these bigger cities definitely help you quite a bit. So San Francisco, there you are for San Francisco, number 1 and number 2 for easy maintenance garage floor. So excellent results, and I'll turn it over to you if you'd like to share with us in your words how GeoSearch has affected your business revenue-wise, business-wise, phone call-wise over the past year.
Well, I've been with GeoSearch for about 13 months, and I found out about them. I was actually in Florida, at a wedding, and my uncle is an employee of GeoSearch. And I was telling him about my business and that I was having difficulties being found on the web. And he was very curious. He went up to his room and got his laptop and came down and said, "Let's see where you are." And he did a Google search and couldn't find me on page 1, 2, 3, 4. Finally found me on page 5 and told me, this is terrible. Let me see what I can do. So he called into the office and they took a look at it and told them basically they could really help me quite a bit. And so, I decided to try it. Previous to that, I did try to do my own SEO through one of the big web hosting companies where they basically guide you how to do it yourself. Well, it wasn't working. People weren't finding me. My phone did not ring. And I was actually able to track how my business was going by the web because I put an 800 number on there. So all the numbers that would come in through the website would ring on my toll-free number. And I just was not getting any phone calls at all. So I decided to go with this. I put together my package with them and chose the one that I wanted to try. And after about 2 weeks, I was at about the bottom of page 2, which was fantastic. I had moved up quite a bit. So I started to monitor it on a daily basis and saw some days I would gain quite a bit of territory and some days I would follow back, and it would go back and forth, ping pong, back and forth. And finally I got to the bottom of page 1, and I was very excited at this point and still monitoring it quite a bit. And I followed it again the next week and found that I was up to the middle of page 1. And then a few days later, I was actually in the top position for static. None of the Google AdWords, all the Google AdWords actually were ahead of me, but I was the #1 spot static. I chose to do 15 other cities, and I gave them the list of the cities that I chose to, that I wanted to do business in and that I had done some business, and it was within a decent travel time of my business because we are mobile. And my phone started ringing off the hook. So my business in the last year has grown 40% in the first year using GeoSearch. This month, June, compared to last year, I'm up 147%, and it's all from the internet. These are all internet-driven leads.
Wow.
This is something that I had no idea that this was going to happen.
What do you have in place that you are tracking to see when these are coming from the internet opposed from, one of your vehicles that's rolling around? Because you do have beautiful trucks with your signage on them.
I ask people because you're right. My 800 number is on my vehicles. And I'll ask people, how did you hear of us? They will tell me, I saw your truck, or I got your number from the website. And I always ask my customers to see where they've seen us, and it's the majority is just all internet calls from my website from all different areas.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, first of all, compliments on your website. This is something that GeoSearch didn't build for you. This is your website. We just added the 200 additional pages for those cities. And that's what I was just adding onto my screen here to kind of share with everybody the keywords you chose, garage floor coverings, epoxy floors. So there's about 10 here. And when we click one of those, it opens up all the different cities that you want to target. And these are creating a final page, which is indexed and put into Google in the search results. Excellent. Now, and what prompted, I guess, your results video is we spoke earlier today. You were looking at possibly converting your website to a responsive website, so answering the call for cell phones, tablets, so it looks good on all devices. And we just got to talking, and you were telling me of the successes, and that's where I thought, you know what, maybe we'll do a results video, and if you wouldn't mind coming in on that call and chiming in and sharing your experience.
It's funny, as we were on the phone today speaking, I was conversing back and forth to an executive from Tesla that is moving into a house on Friday, and he wants to have his garage floor done before the movers show up. So he found us via the internet, and I actually have a crew in his area this week. So we're going to start his floor tomorrow, have it done on Thursday, so when the movers come on Friday, they can put the moving boxes on the floor. So again, this is, somebody that would not have found us unless they went to our site.
Excellent. Yeah. And again, your website, just pointing out, having a video, a YouTube video that plays on your site is really smart because it shows people, what you guys do. If a picture's worth 1,000 words, a video's fantastic, it's worth more. And it keeps people a reduction in bounce rate. So Google takes track of that type of thing to see how long someone stays on a website. Videos are paramount to keeping people on the website longer.
Right. I think the next step for us is to go mobile responsive. So definitely need to make that change. And so we're going to have you guys do that for us.
You've even had a conversation with our CTO in the past who helped you out.
Oh, yeah, that was a great call. Well, it's about 6 months ago something happened. I often check to see what my Google ranking is. This is on a Sunday afternoon. I called the office, and it was directed to one of the chief technical officers for GeoSearch. And he answered the phone, and I told him what was happening. And so he took it upon himself to personally go into my site, make some changes, look into things that I can't look at behind the scenes that needed to be tweaked and adjusted. And within weeks, I was right at the top again, and I've been there ever since. I have not fallen back at all. And I check it quite frequently to see what my ranking is in all the cities that I've put on my SEO.
So this is your 13th month. So as you said, you could officially look year over year for the month, and you've seen significant growth.
Well, it used to be, this is a home business for me, and it used to be that I could answer the phones here and there or forward my phones and take it with me. It's become quite a job for me now because the phone rings continuously. As we've been on this phone conversation, I've had two calls that have come in and that I haven't taken. But getting back to this, my phone rings continuously, and it's a home business. Like I said, my installers take their trucks home at night, so I don't need a location to keep my vehicles or supplies and so on.
Well, yeah, so your trucks are rolling offices.
Yeah, my trucks are rolling offices, and again, the installers go to the supplier in the morning and pick up the materials, and the night before their jobs, I just basically fax them their information where their jobs are for the next day.
That's brilliant. So no office space, no monthly rent. You work out of home and you're rolling office. Those are beautiful trucks, by the way.
Thank you.
How many do you have out there? How many service trucks?
I have 3 trucks right now, and because of the increase in business, we are going to have to go to a 4th crew. So in the next few weeks, I'll have 4 crews going from 2 last year at this time. So my business is going to double this year. It's just, amazing, what's happened to our business as a result of this SEO.
Excellent. Well, we love to hear that, and that's, our passion is to help customers grow their business without it costing an arm and a leg. And for what you're saving in rent, you could probably have 5 GeoSearch deployments, not just the one.
Well, simple to me is the best type of business you can have. And I've owned different types of businesses in the past. I've had retail locations, brick and mortar locations, and so on. I like what I'm doing right now. I don't have to keep inventory. I do not have to pay rent on a warehouse. So it's very simple for me. But, having this the website look the way that it does, and being in the right placement, under the Google searches, it gives the appearance of being a much larger business. But it's definitely kept us on our toes in order to keep up with that.
Perfect. Excellent. So we'll let you go and get back to those couple calls you missed while being on the phone with us. Sorry for making you miss some business.
If I have a call log, I can actually call them back. It's okay.
Good. Well, we appreciate it, Warren. And for anybody who's watching this video, if you're in the Northern California area and you need to have a professional floor, as you can see on the website, this is as good as it gets. deserving of even a beautiful Tesla, as you're saying. You're going to do an executive's house. If you're in San Fran, Sacramento, San Jose, Roseville, numerous cities that we optimized for Warren and Epoxy Armor Systems, definitely give him a call and let him know you saw him from GeoSearch. Maybe he'll give you a discount, right, Warren?
Yeah, and if any of you have any questions about my experience with GeoSearch, feel free to call me on that 800 number, and I'll talk to you personally about it.
Excellent. Well, we appreciate that very much, Warren, and look forward to continuing to help you for years and years to come.
Thanks, Jamie.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, now just to cap it off, we'll look at a couple more of those results that we were showing earlier. So decorative garage floors, again, there you are, number 1. Let's go look at garage floor coatings in Elk Grove. And now you can understand why Warren's phone rings so much. He's coming up everywhere for anything that has to do with refinishing your garage floor. And here you are, number 2 and 3 on page 1. And this goes on and on and on. We haven't looked up a Woodland yet. There you are, number 1. So huge results. This was a PowerPack 200, so 200 different pages. We have a bigger package at 400. We have a 1,500 page package and a 3,000 page package, which is typically for a customer that is nationwide. So once again, thanks, Warren, for joining us on this results video. And anybody who is interested in GeoSearch, the person that shared this video with you is a GeoSearch specialist, so definitely get back to them. And we look forward to helping your business grow, just like Warren's Epoxy Armor Systems. Thank you.